Hi YouTubers, my name's Nathan. I'm a chef by trade and I'm making my first beef jerky with you guys today. I've looked up a few recipes and I've decided to make my own, obviously. I'll show you the recipe at the end of the video. Today we'll be using eye fillet, beautiful eye fillet, and a number of ingredients from white pepper, brown vinegar, coriander seeds, smoked paprika, what else we got? Garlic powder, Worcestershire sauce, cumin seeds, black pepper, mixed green, pink and white in there too. Soy sauce as well. So let's start mixing all the wet ingredients first, which is the most important thing. We're going to add a whole bottle of Worcestershire sauce. It's 250 mils. Helps if you take off the cap. Take that knife off. Easier to pour. Then 250 mils of brown vinegar. So equal portions. The brown vinegar gives it the acidity. The Worcestershire sauce gives it a bit of flavour. 250 mils. Good. So that's a quarter of that. Next thing we do, we'll mix in soy sauce. Now we're going to taste it first, see how salty it is. A lot of the meat will actually absorb a lot of the salt. And we've got a whole heap of meat here. We've got about 10 kilos. So it's not quite salty yet. Got a good kick from the Worcestershire sauce, good acidity from the brown vinegar. Let's put in 250. Mate, let's start off with 100 ml soy sauce. Mix it up. Good taste. Probably could use a bit more salt, so I'll use more soy sauce. Another 100 mils. I think it's pretty much now equal portions of everything. Mix it up. Taste. Yep, it's about right. Alright, next step. We dry roast our spices. So get your pan really hot. As you can see, mine's smoking. Now, what we need to do is dry roast the cumin seeds and the coriander seeds. The reason we do this is to release the oils into our meat from the seeds themselves, and gives it a nice crisp taste too. So here I am, I'm doing the coriander seeds first. I'll roast them all off and I'll blend only half of them. Away. It's releasing those beautiful aromats and the oils are really coming out. You really smell that, it's beautiful. Coriander seeds are an amazing ingredient. Beautiful. You can hear it crackle. That's how you know that it's dry roasting really well. Sensational. You can pick up coriander seeds anywhere, any supermarket. Alright, it's nicely dry roasted, so we'll just put it in my bowl. Next one, we'll do the cumin seeds. roasting. Again, nice hot pan. Once again, I can smell the aromats coming through. Starting to crackle. You can use a wooden spoon to give it a bit of a stir if you're not confident with splitting it. That's pretty much ready. In my bowl, I've just mixed my coriander and my cumin seeds in there. I have my smoked paprika as well, which I'll put in the pan while it's still hot. Now, I've used a good cast iron pan. Cast iron retains its heat. You don't have to worry about that Teflon coming out. It's all natural. So I've just sauteed that a little bit, dry roasted the smoked paprika, and I'll just add it to my mixture. There you go. Good look there. So I've brought in my spice mixer. It's like a coffee grinder. You can get it at any shop for $20–30. So I'll just plug it in now and off we go. Now remember, we're only doing half, so it's all good. So I'm putting in my powdered garlic, about 20 grams, or half a packet. Next I'll put in the onion, powdered onion, about 20 grams or half the tub, half of one of these. Next I'll mill up all my pepper, or half of it actually. There's about 50 grams there, so I'll do about 25. Just remember, you can always adjust at the end, whether it needs more or less of something else.
If you want me, if you need me, I'm yours. If you want me, if you need me, I'm yours.
So I've mixed all my ingredients together and I've come up with the sauce, and I've got a beautiful spice rub as well, which I'll sprinkle on top of the meat once I've cut it. It's important when you're working with meat to have a good sharp knife, because if you slip you'll just cut yourself. I don't want any hospital trips. Beautiful. So we'll start off with the first bag. Oh, it's beautiful meat. Beautiful fillet. Look at that. That'd be an absolutely marvellous steak. So here we have a beautiful piece of meat here. It's a bit of eye fillet. So the idea is to not cut it too thin, because that'll dry out and it'll be wafer thin. You want it still nice and thick, So roughly about the thickness of my little finger. Alright. Beautiful. I'll actually get a measuring tape. So I've got my measuring tape, so it's roughly, let me see, just under 20 millimeters, so about 18 to 20 mil, and it's under an inch, just under an inch. So I'll continue cutting it. As you can see, the knife is good, nice and sharp. Don't be worried about bits of fat, because that dries out and gives it flavour as well. But if it's too much fat, obviously cut it off. Beautiful. So I'll continue cutting all this beef, and I'll come back to you when it's ready to stack it. Now, I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, but when you do cut the beef, make sure you cut it against the grain. The reason we do that is that it pulls apart when you chew it a lot easier. If you do it with the grain, it'll be tough and chewy. And we're ready to put them into these tubs here. So there's our dry spice, there's our marinade. So here we go. What I'll do, I'll get this beef right here, and we'll do a small little layer of our dust on the bottom of our spices, and we'll layer all our beef until the full layer is done. Important that it's fully dry spiced up. We want all those beautiful flavours to come through. We want to put a little ladle of our sauce. Just a little one. The beef will actually absorb that sauce in there. Once that's done, we can start off with a new layer. We'll put in another layer. So as you can see, we've got the final product here. This has to stay overnight and marinate as long as we can, just so all the flavours permeate the meat. I'll just put a plate on top and press down on it a little bit. Hi there. Now we're back the next day and we've got the beef mix that's been marinating overnight. So what we'll do, we'll hang these up and I'll just show you a good method. So I've got the beef as you can see, and I'll just get the paper clip and you just stick it through, and that's great for hanging. I've bought myself a jerky hanger, so it spins and twindles around. I've got drip buckets underneath, if you have a look. So the moisture's got somewhere to go. So here we go, we'll just hang it up. Alright guys, so we're hanging all our beef now, it's all hung up. Now, as you can see, it's hanging from the metal rods. It's really well distributed, so we've got a good airflow through there. We've got a fan. The fan's doing its job, so it'll help it actually dry out a lot easier. Now you can purchase one of these cages from eBay for $30 or $40, so it's quite a cheap hobby to have. Now for the drying period, the smaller pieces will take about 3 to 4 days. The bigger pieces will probably take around about a week. Now, as you can see, I've got my tubs underneath. They're collecting the dripping. So let's let them hang there for another 3 more days, and we'll come back and we'll have a look. And do a dance. That's the beef jerky dance. So if you've got children, they'll do a beef jerky dance to help it dry out faster. Hi guys, it's been 3 days. The temperature's been quite warm, so the meat's had that extra opportunity to dry out a little further. The small pieces over here are looking really good. They're quite dry and they literally rip apart in your hands because we cut the meat properly. We cut it against the grain. So let me have a taste. Looks really good, nice and dry. Melt in your mouth. Fantastic. So what I'll do, I'll grab a thick one and a small one, and we'll go cut it up in the kitchen and see what the difference is. And maybe the thicker ones, the larger ones, may need an extra couple of days, but surely these small ones are fantastic. So we're in the kitchen. We're just having a look at this, the small jerky and the thicker jerky as well. So this one's a lot thicker, it's a lot bigger, so I'm assuming it'll take a little bit longer. Let's just have a look. Yep. Okay, so if you have a look, it's a little bit, still got a little bit of moisture left in it. So it's probably a good idea to give it a couple more days. Let's have a look at the thinner ones. What are the smaller ones? Okay. Fantastic. So this one, if you have a look, it's a lot drier. It looks, but it's not too dry, so it won't break your teeth when you try and eat it. The fat content is still in there. It's dried out nicely. Have a go, boys. This one's all right. Yeah, and Noah. Yeah. No, it won't. It's really good. Is that good, Jack? Good job. Is that good, Noah? There you go. Thumbs up from the boys.